What is up tonight, YouTube? So once again, I am outside and it is freezing cold, so I'm going to make this quick. But everyone's asleep and I try not to be super loud when I have a bunch of people in my house asleep. So pretty much today I just filmed a video showing you what my normal day is like. Now today is Saturday, so that was my short day at work. I wanted to film a little bit more, but towards the end of this video I'll explain why I really didn't. There was kind of a mishap that turned into a mess. But we started off the day by me just getting ready and then leaving in my car. So I roughly wake up around 6:45 in the morning. It takes me no more than 10 minutes to get ready and get out of my door, and then I arrive at work. So here's some daily things I do at work. I'll show them, and then I'll talk about it. It's alive! So today was actually a pretty mechanically busy Saturday for me. Usually Saturday is reserved for such basic things. So I started off first with an inspection. So I am a Pennsylvania state inspector and a Pennsylvania emissions inspector, specifically an OBD2 one. What does all that mean? Well, my state requires that you get a yearly inspection once a year. And a lot of states require that. Some require every other year. It's completely at the state's discretion. So I did have to go to a class many years ago, and I have to update my licenses and retake tests just to keep that license. And it's something I do because it's obviously for my job. Now, an emissions inspector refers to every single state in the entire country has to have a emissions program. Now, there are certain rules and regulations based on population, so honestly, Alaska may not have one at all because the population is so low. And in Pennsylvania, we happen to only have roughly about, I can't remember the exact number, but about 24 counties that have emissions, where 42 of them do not. So pretty much my license means I can do an emissions inspection in any county that has one, where you can get a smaller license that only allows you to do it in 5 counties. So the location I work in, because I work in a chain store, even though it's family owned, Pennsylvania ran, there's 30 locations now, I believe. So I'm the only emissions inspector in my location, and I'm the only one who can do all the counties between us and our sister location, which is 10 miles away. So pretty much nearly every inspection in the shop I work in has to come through me. If there are the 42s that doesn't get an emissions, there is one other guy who can do them, but pretty much any inspection goes through me, and then at least 1 out of every 100 from the other location also has to go through me. So I start off my day by doing an inspection. It's a very basic thing I do, and it's definitely a way where I can sell more work, even though unless you legally fail for something, because I do have to follow a law book, I'm not going to sell you anything. That's kind of how we run. We're not looking to get the sale from you. We just want you to be happy with your service. So then from there, I moved on to, we had a truck that was towed in for one problem, and it happened to then I get another problem where it wouldn't start this morning. So I got to look through that and work with another technician who has only been doing this for about 3 months, but he has a lot of want to do it. So we got to go through it and diagnose it, and it ended up being what's called a relay, which is an electronic switch, and one of the terminals had broken off inside the fuse box. So I spent a weirdly amount of time picking at it to get it out, and hey, the truck started, and that's why I scream randomly it's alive. Because we kind of do this just silly banter in the shop because it does get boring. From there, I got to move on to putting an exhaust in the boss's nephew's car. He tried to fix it last week with JB Weld. I recommended against it. Boss wanted to give it a try, and it didn't work. And I knew it wouldn't work, but sometimes you just got to fail to understand. So we put a new part in. That was all good. And then after that, I kind of really didn't do too much. So then from there, for the rest of my day, I kind of just ran to a couple of stores. So as you guys know, I've been building this countertop in my kitchen, and the rest of my night went downhill. It did go back up a little bit, but I got home, I was very tired, I did want to take a nap, and I did want to film more, because I wanted to work on the cabinets. I made all 4 cabinet doors. One of them got warped overnight, so I have to sadly make another one, and I do have all the stuff, that's why I was at Home Depot, to make that one. And I just ended up having bad experience after bad experience. So I recently bought a brand new welding helmet. And I bought this honestly just because mine at work works, but this has a sick design and it was pretty cheap. So honestly, that's the only reason why I bought it, because sometimes when you work in a automotive field or even just a trades field, you buy tools just as a statement piece. So I bought it, I got it home, I assembled it, I was really stoked, and sadly, M, the one who lives with me, who's 7, broke the back strap on it. So I'm going to take it to work. I do have a broken welding helmet that the strap works perfectly fine on, and as long as I can replace it, I'm not going to return it. But that definitely got me a little bummed out because literally it's straight out of the box. And then to make things worse, when my wife watches this, she can be a little mad at me for mentioning this, but my wife tiled the top of our countertop, and for whatever reason, she said she laid it perfectly flat, and she made sure it was perfectly flat, but when I got home from work a couple hours later, the thing was pretty bubbled up, and there was a lot of high spots. So most of the time, when I make a mistake, I have to fix it myself. So my wife wasn't too happy with this solution, but I kind of made her fix it. And then tomorrow, we're going to be laying the tile back down. But she wasn't happy breaking all the tile back up and then removing all of the concrete from the top. So when she's asleep right now, her arms are sore, but she got it done. So I definitely applaud her for that. Because when you make a mistake, you just have to fix it. So that's kind of why I didn't film any more tonight. I was going to show you guys me making that other cabinet door and installing it and sanding things and like some basic things in the countertop. But after having to deal with that, because it terrified me, I have roughly a little over $600 into this countertop, which sounds like a lot, but when you're building something very particular to a particular space, and with the cost of wood being up right now, honestly, it's not that much. But I was terrified because the top piece of wood that the concrete is going on, which you can do, like I did all my research, it's something you can do, it can't be replaced without having to remove a lot of other components. So honestly, I was terrified that we would have to kind of scrap the entire cabinet. But my wife got it taken care of, and tomorrow we will do that. So that's why I didn't film anymore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of just me showing you my daily life. I didn't want to do it on a full day of work because I am not allowed to film at work. Like, that is in my employee handbook, and as you guys know, I film on my toolbox. I've had many managers and even the CEO of the company talk to me about it, and none of them have ever given me a problem about it. But since it is private property, I have no legal right to film there, unlike public property, and I could get in trouble. And if a customer recognized, say, their vehicle, then they, of course, could then come after me. So that's why I kind of kept it fairly generic in the shop, because it's not my own personal place. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and as always, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I can't feel my fingertips, so I'm going to go inside now. Have a great day. Keep pushing forward, guys. I can't wait to get back to skating.